Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I'm an alcoholic, and today I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I could not be any more grateful. I want to thank everybody who came out and attended our Crosstalk Remembrance meeting for our friend, our brother, and our colleague in recovery, Joshua McCormick. I think it went off exactly as what he would have wanted it to. Just a bunch of drunks and drug addicts sitting around talking shop, drinking coffee, having a hell of a good time. And of course, Kelsey and Josh's family even came and attended. They got to share their Bigfoot experiences, Bigfoot encounters. This joke is already becoming a problem. It's probably going to be in every monologue. I apologize. I'll definitely work on that. So again, thank you guys. I know it meant the world to him, and I know it meant the world to us, and I'm certain it meant the world to him for sure. I want to talk this morning about something I was reading, and it kind of jumped out at me. But before I do want to paint the picture, everybody knows that Eric and I love baseball. They know that we're baseball junkies. We love baseball. And that's because after every pitch is thrown, after every swing of the bat, the game changes. The game is always changing. And it's a great example. If a runner is on second base and the ball is hit to the outfield, the pitcher goes to back up the catcher. Okay? But if that guy scores, if that runner scores, and the next ball is hit to the outfield, the pitcher no longer goes back to back up the catcher because the situation has changed. The pitcher understands that. Every defensive player on a baseball field knows the situation has changed. So they can't hold on to their old ideas. And that was the line that jumped out to me this morning when I was reading chapter 5. On page 58, some of us tried to hold on to our old ideas, and the result was nil till we let go absolutely. I did that in my drinking days. I tried to have this idea, hold on to this idea that I could stop drinking whenever I want. Or I had this great idea that I was not an alcoholic, I just had a discipline problem, I had a management problem. I needed to learn to manage better. I had this idea that one day, once I got it under control, of course, one day I could sit and have a drink whenever me and my buddies were celebrating something. Or I could have a drink when I just needed to take the edge off. You would have thought after all the years of me drinking and not being able to master it, you would have thought that I would have eventually said, I no longer need to do this. The situation has obviously changed. And that's the point I want to drive home today. You know, you may be drinking or drugging. It doesn't matter what it is, honestly. If you're doing these same old things and you're not getting the results that you expect, isn't that what they call the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results? That sounds awful insane to me. I know because I did it. I can speak to it because I did it. Oh, I don't have a drinking problem. Let me share. Here, I'll stop. I know, I'll stop for 3 months just to prove to you and everybody else that I can control my drinking. And lo and behold, hey, let's celebrate. Something great happens. I want to celebrate. Take another drink. And I'd start right back over again. And over time, it became harder and harder and harder to stay stopped. What I didn't realize was the situation had changed. My body started craving the alcohol. My brain started craving the feeling of that alcohol. What I didn't realize was that allergic reaction that Dr. Silver writes about in the big book. My brain, I take that one drink and all of a sudden I developed the phenomenon of craving. I couldn't even enjoy that first drink because I was already thinking about my second drink. The situation changed, and next thing you know, I was playing the same old game. But I was playing in an entirely new ball field. Ooh, that's some good shit. I got to write that down. I was playing the same old game, but I was playing in an entirely new ball field just overnight. And I didn't realize that. And coming into the rooms and getting a qualified sponsor, starting to sit around and talk shop with like-minded people, I started realizing the error of my ways. I started realizing where I went wrong, trying to control and manage my own drinking. Now, just because I got clean and sober doesn't mean I still don't have those old ideas. There's still times that, matter of fact, I was out the other day and I saw there was a liquor store, there was a tobacco store, and I said, I need some stuff. And I literally had the thought, let me run in and get some stuff. And I was like, are you a fucking idiot? No. No. That old idea just crept in. Again, I was trying to play the same old ball game, but just now on an entirely new ball field. And I was like, I think I can wait. There's a gas station on down the street. I'll be more than happy to wait to go get me a can of stuff for that. Are you playing the same old game? Are you telling yourself, these are just my old ideas? Are you hanging on to those old ideas? Don't get me wrong. Even when you get sober, you could still have those old ideas and they can creep back up. And for those of us, even with people with extended periods of sobriety, they'll tell you, or at least they should if they're being honest, that they still hold on to their old ideas too. They still hold on to their old ideas. I was talking to an individual last night after the meeting, and they were shocked that we didn't have all the readings and all that stuff. And we didn't read chapter 5. We didn't read the 9-step promises. Actually, last night we actually did impromptu, but we didn't have the preamble. We didn't have all this stuff that you have at a normal AA meeting. And they commented on that, and I said, yeah, we don't do that because everyone knows how to read. It's all right there in the big book. If you want to read it, go read it. We're going to talk about that stuff anyway. We're naturally going to talk about the promises and the miracles that came true in our life. That's the whole point. But if we keep doing the same things that we do over and over again, if we keep doing at Crosstalk what they do at every other single meeting, 25 minutes of reading, and then you can only share once, and you have to identify this way, it's ridiculous. Obviously, our society has changed. Obviously, the game has changed, and we're still trying to play by the old rules. And now I know there might be some hardliners out there saying, well, that's the way it's always been done. Bullshit. It hasn't. You know why? I know for a fact Bill Wilson and Bob Smith didn't sit around in a room reading chapter 5, how it works. I know for a fact they didn't do that when they first started the meetings. You know why? Because they didn't write the big book until 1939. That's when it was published. So they couldn't have had meetings in 1938, 1937. They didn't sit around in Bill Dodson's room reading to him chapter 5 and the 9-step promises, because that was still about 4 years off before the big book was published. So no, it hasn't always been done that way. That's the way you might have always done it. But see, everyone recovers differently. Everyone recovers differently. And I think we are a lot more stacked up for success when we realize we're playing the same game, but now we're just playing in a whole different venue. Now we're just playing on a whole different ball field rather than the same old dirt field. You want to still play the game. I wanted to play the game on a dirt field all the time. Oh, I'm not drunk. I'm not an alcoholic. I just have a management problem. When I finally realized the game's changed, I better change the way I play it. That's when the miracle started happening for me. You're playing the game. You better start if you're playing the game and it's not working, you better change the way you're playing the game. Because if not, it could have devastating consequences for you, your family, your loved ones, and your friends. I want to encourage you today. Find a room. Find a meeting. Find a fucking Waffle House for all I care, guys. Find an IHOP. Somewhere you can sit and talk with people who share a common problem that you have and a common solution. Someone who can offer you, give you, and share with you their experience, strength, and hope. That's how you change your game. Change your game by changing the people you associate with. And let me say this too. I heard this again last night. Let me say this. If you have people telling you not to go to this specific meeting or that specific meeting because they do it this way or they do it that way, hell, when I hear that, that's the first reason why I do want to go. But if you have somebody telling you that, you probably need to get the hell away from them. I encourage you today, find out what kind of game you're playing. And if what you're trying to do is not working, change the way you're playing the game. So with that being said, I'll let you guys go. I want to thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I could not be any more appreciative. Again, thank you to everyone who came out and supported Josh's memorial remembrance meeting last night. It was incredible. Thank you guys so much. I am absolutely certain that he would have loved it. So if you have a topic you guys would like to have discussed on the monologues, feel free to drop in the Recovery Classroom private group Facebook group page, or you can email me directly, Drew, D-R-E-W, at recoveryclassroom.org. We'll take a look at it and see what we can do. So in the meantime, we'll be talking again soon. Remember, guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.